5 potential wide receiver trade targets for the Cowboys are exploring options in the wide receiver market to strengthen their roster. While it's unlikely they will pursue stars like Brandon Ayuk or Deebo Samuel, there are some realistic targets that can add depth to the team. Here are 5 intriguing options. Cedric Wilson Jr. New Orleans Saints Cedric Wilson Jr. is a familiar face for the Cowboys, having spent the first 4 years of his career in Dallas. In 2021, he proved to be a reliable player, with 45 receptions for 602 yards and 6 touchdowns as the team's third wide receiver. Returning to Dallas would allow Wilson to reunite with Dak Prescott and possibly revive his career. With a lack of experienced wide receivers beyond CeeDee Lamb and Brandon Cooks, Wilson could immediately step in as the number 3 receiver or serve as a backup to Jalen Tolbert at the number 4 spot. His familiarity with the Cowboys system and chemistry with Prescott make him an intriguing option. If the Saints are willing to negotiate, Dallas should explore this opportunity to improve their depth. Treylon Burks Tennessee Titans. There has been a lot of speculation recently about Treylon Burks possibly being traded this season. His first 2 years in the league were disappointing, with only 665 combined yards. With the Titans signing Calvin Ridley and Tyler Boyd this offseason, Burks might end up being the odd man out. Titans coach Brian Callahan has mentioned that Burks will need to play on special teams to secure a spot on the roster, which is not a good sign. Dallas was very interested in Burks in the 2022 draft, so there's a chance the Cowboys see him as a low-cost reclamation project. Chase Claypool Buffalo Bills. Chase Claypool has bounced around the league in recent seasons without solidifying a role. However, his size and 4.4 speed make him an attractive player to take a chance on. Adding him to the Cowboys roster could add a vertical dimension to the offense. The Bills, on the other hand, have signed Curtis Samuel, Mac Hollins, and Marquez Valdes-Scantling, in addition to drafting Keon Coleman with the 33rd overall pick this year. While they don't have a true number 1 wide receiver, they have a lot of depth at the position and could trade Claypool for the right price. Alec Pierce Indianapolis Colts is the 4th wide receiver on the Colts depth chart, behind Michael Pittman, Josh Downs, and recently drafted Adonai Mitchell. Given the Colts' depth, they might be open to trading Pierce if the offer is right. For Dallas, acquiring a talented wide receiver like Pierce is worth the risk. His ability to stretch the field can complement the existing receivers on the Cowboys roster. He may not be a complete receiver, but Dallas needs more speed on the outside, and Pierce offers just that. Robert Woods Houston Texans. Robert Woods is no longer the player he was a few years ago, but he can still add value to an offense. He is a veteran with reliable hands and a great understanding of how to get open. While he isn't as fast or explosive as he used to be, he is still a solid player coaches can rely on. At this stage of his career, though, he would likely be just a number 4 wide receiver. With the Texans possibly having the best receiver group in the NFL, they can afford to make a trade and still maintain great depth. If Dallas decides not to make a move, the pressure will be on Jalen Tolbert, Jalen Brooks, and Kavonte Turpin to step up and become reliable targets for the offense to thrive. Who would you like to see added to the roster to improve our wide receiver depth? Share your thoughts in the comments, and let's discuss the best strategies to strengthen our team.